What really happened to GoPro stock? Remember GoPro, the action camera that was super popular in the 2010s? It was everywhere, and then all of a sudden it just dropped off and you sort of stopped hearing about it. Well, the stock price tells a similar story. Hey, I'm Andreas, I've been investing for over 10 years, and in today's video let's do a quick historical deep dive on GoPro. This is important because as you continue to invest, as you become more experienced, you will see certain scenarios that will repeat themselves, and the GoPro case is one of those cases. Alright, so GoPro, super popular in 2010, and this is reflected in the stock price. Revenue grew, they were indeed popular. It increased, and the CEO here, Nick Woodman, was very happy with that. His father was influential in the banking sector, and this allowed him to raise a nice chunk of money here to launch GoPro. And as the company succeeded, Nick here decided to pay himself a extremely generous compensation package. It was in line with, for example, Sundar Pichai, the CEO of Google, or, for example, the Zuck, the CEO of Meta. So very well compensated. And in cases like this, there's always an alternative cost. That money could have been spent on research and development. It could have been spent on building a brand. Look at the iPhone. People still buy it, even though it's arguably inferior to other products. However, in this case, he lived a nice billionaire lifestyle, had parties, enjoyed life. And eventually, reality caught up to this company. Competition came in, lack of innovation made them catch up, and stock price basically cratered. Nick decided to pay himself $1 eventually, lowering that big salary when the company was no longer as successful as it used to be, and now it's in risk of bankruptcy here. When I bought an action cam, which I recently did, I went with the DJI in that case. After some quick research, I saw that it had better specs. And this is what I mean with research and development. Falling behind, not building brand, continuing to do that, and not getting to be the default purchase in this case. So this is an important story. This is a lesson to be learned. This is why we look at management, why I did an analysis on, for example, Porch Group, seeing that Matt Ehrlichman had founded the company before, sold it out, starting a new one, been in it for a long time, looking at, alright, what type of projections are they promising, how are they fulfilling, if they are missing, how are they commenting regarding this. Basically, credibility of management in this case. With regards to large pay structures, sometimes it can be like comparing apple to oranges, so we have to be very careful here. What I mean with this is, for example, the Tesla case, where a very generous compensation package was denied to Elon. And in this case, this compensation package that shareholders wanted to grant was to ensure that AI development would be made within Tesla as a company, and that Musk would not decide to put his effort of AI development into another company where he had a larger share of the company, owning more, thus getting more rewarded for the development. So that could be a reasoning behind as well. So it's different scenarios. This GoPro scenario, quite common in startups, unfortunately. There can be cases where you raise money, just like Nick did from his father, and then they do a seed round, another round, a third round, and eventually the company runs into some problems, and rather than just plowing through, trying to solve it, fix it, make the company profitable, do all the hard work that's needed to be a successful business, the founder could decide to take the money and just spend it in Vegas, Dubai, partying, you know, TN8 basically. So that's something to look out for, and that's why on this channel sometimes I do a video where I just look at management. I like to do, you know, one topic at a time, keeping it easy to absorb. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this historical case study here using GoPro stock as an example. And as always, hope you guys make a ton of money, whatever investments you decide to make. Take care now. Bye bye.